Hello everyone, this is Bjorn speaking. It's the 18th of July 2015 and just about a month ago we finished up our new album, the RIDE Majestic, which is going to be released in just about a month from now. Before I start talking about the new album, I would like to introduce you to a city that has a very special place in my heart. Some of you guys might know that we formed Soilwork in the city of Helsingborg. I owe Helsingborg a great deal. That's where I met Peter in high school and we formed the band back in 95 or 96. We can't really remember. However, it was here in the city of Landskrona, located 3 hours south of the Gothenburg sound, where everything started for me. It was right here where I formed my first real band in 1994, Prismatic, named after an electric enema machine. We mixed crust punk with thrash, death or black metal. Something that was and still is very typical for the Landskrona scene. A lot of the music in general is still very punk infused, whether it be black metal or even ska or reggae music. Ironically enough, when Prismatic disbanded, I started a black metal band called Pharamon together with two friends, Martin and Pascal. I also started a ska reggae band together with some friends, and it was named Pugins. One of the first shows with Pugins, we shared the bill with a band called Inferior Breed that later became the band Soilwork. It was a great night, and it ended up with the drummer of the ska band cutting off all his hair and putting it in this chili that was served from the kitchen. Okay, so I'm sitting here in the apartment that I decided to rent in the beginning of 2015. It's located right around the corner from where my dad used to grow up, a son of a wharf worker. One of the main reasons why I decided to move here is because I felt that I needed to reconnect, especially to my youth. After all, this is where I went to junior high and discovered extreme music. Death metal, thrash metal, and speed metal. Terrorizer, Slayer, and Dismember were among my faves, especially since they played really fast, hence my nickname Speed. One of my classmates gave me the nickname because he got fed up with me just liking the fast stuff and not the heavy stuff or the slower and doomier stuff. A lot of fellow metalhead students had a huge impact on me, delivering the best compilations around, and I couldn't get enough. This city was also where I played soccer and hockey for many years. I think it helped shape me into what I am today. Still a big soccer fan, and I'm still a big hockey fan. When we entered the studio earlier this year in January together with producer David Castillo, we knew it was going to be a special album. Little did we know how special it was going to be. Already by the time we entered the studio in Stockholm, a member of the band had 2 deaths within his family, and another member had a parent hospitalized with serious conditions. A couple of weeks into the recording, I got a call from my mom. She told me that grandma stopped eating and she won't have many days left to live. My grandma was one of my best friends. She was 94 years old at the time, and she always fell asleep to Soilwork at night. The day after my mom called, I decided to leave the studio and travel 6 hours south to say goodbye. It was one of my hardest journeys ever. Saying goodbye to Grandma was insanely hard. Touching her hand for the very last time, kissing her cheek for the very last time. It was time, and we both knew it. Then again, it was somewhat beautiful and somewhat very powerful. At least we got to finish it with a bang. We both got to ride a Cadillac DeVille 68 convertible in the sun together. Naturally, all of those tragic events had a huge impact on this record and the way we approached it. Death was more real than ever, and we all channeled it into this record. Despite all the hardship, everything back in the studio was shaping up really good. We're getting closer to the vocal recording. For the first time, I made the decision to produce the vocals on my own, right here in the city of Landskrona. I contacted both Martin and Pascal of the Theremin to reconnect. It had been years since we saw each other, and it brought back a lot of memories. I told them that I was about to record vocals for the new Soilwork, and I was looking for a simple room with good acoustics. A place with a suitable vibe for the album, especially since the general atmosphere on the album was pretty dark and melancholic. Martin told me to come check out the back room in his house. I went to his place and he welcomed me in a dark throne shirt. It was just like the old days. As soon as I entered the room, I fell in love with it. Blood red walls, black candles, and skulls. Now it might seem a bit morbid, considering all the tragic events that took place, but it somehow felt comforting and real. I felt at home. Located on the oldest street of Landskrona, it seemed like the perfect place.